all signs, and I mean all signs, point to this, as we have multiple New York Jets updates to go over today regarding their situation with the draft and Darren Mougey's plans, as the Jets obviously are recovering from the wrench thrown into their Dante Moore plans. And now, with that happening, with the college football season officially over and Fernando Mendoza being named a champion before going to the Raiders, there is a lot for the New York Jets to think about. There's a lot for them to go over as they try to figure out what is next for their team. Who do they go for? And now with the championship over, there's been a ton of predictions happening right now, a ton of mock drafts, just a ton of noise surrounding the NFL draft. That's the big thing that people are looking at nowadays when we look at young players. Based off, the next big thing is obviously the rest of the playoffs, the Super Bowl, and then obviously free agency. But when it comes to young up-and-coming players, the big thing people are looking towards is now the NFL draft officially, so more eyes have turned towards that. And with that happening, there's been a lot to go over with the Jets. We're not going to waste your time. We're not going to jump around it. We're going to jump right into things because, guys, right now, we are seeing repetitive targets for this Jets team. We're seeing guys who have been named at the top of the draft board, guys like the Arvell Reeses and the Ruben Baines of the world, while many also wonder if the Jets will end up going for a quarterback and when that would be. Will they look towards 16th overall for a quarterback? Will they wait for round 2 and pick at 33rd looking for a quarterback, whoever's there? Will they wait on a day 2 pick in general and try to pick a quarterback there? Maybe a Garrett Nussmeier or a Trinidad Chambliss. Is that their option? They have a few different quarterback options right now, but at the top of the draft, all signs are pointing to one thing in particular. But before we get into all the news today, we're proud to announce this video is brought to you by Kalshi. And if you download it using the link below and put in the code DIGESTNFL, you will get $20 when you trade your first 100. Now, Kalshi, it's the largest prediction market in the United States. And on their platform, you can trade yes, no on real life events, whether that's the news, sports, the weather, elections, and pretty much everything. And whether you're in New York, California, Texas, or anywhere across the country, Kalshi is live in all 50 states. Now, this is great for sports fans as you can trade on game outcomes, playoff chances, or player performances on a regulated market where you can cash out at any time. Now, this is excellent for sports fans, especially because the NFL playoffs are officially here and there is a lot of movement going on right now. And if you trade on Seattle, who has 20% of trades on them to win the Super Bowl with former Jets quarterback Sam Darnold, you will get $45 in return. Now, this is an excellent trade and one that I'm super interested in because the Seahawks look absolutely excellent right now. They have got a great defense and Sam Darnold has been doing a phenomenal job. And guys, if you want to get in on the action and get that $20 when you trade your first 100, put in code DIGESTNFL. Thank you to Kalshi, but guys, let's get into the video. We have a lot to go over. Now look, obviously there's going to be a bunch of differing opinions on the draft and what the Jets should ultimately do at that second overall pick. They now have a lot of leniency because of there being no Dante Moore, that they can now just pick whoever they believe is the best player in the draft. Look, I'm not taking any shots at Fernando Mendoza when I say this, and I think that most people would agree that he's not really viewed as the best player in the draft. He's viewed as the best quarterback in the draft. And typically the best quarterback in the draft, if it's a quarterback-needy team, is just going to get picked first overall. I mean, yeah, teams might try to trade down, but right now, for the Raiders, most of the teams that want to trade up want a quarterback, so they're not going to do that. Mendoza's going first overall. You could pretty much book that. However, with the Jets, we have seen the same name pop up a bunch. And, I mean, Arvell Reese is someone, I mean, recently we just saw some mock draft stuff going on with the Jets on Jets.com, and Arvell Reese was picked here by Dane Brugler of The Athletic, saying that though it's disappointing for the Jets that Dante Moore isn't on the board, it gives them an opportunity to select whomever they want to see as the non-best quarterback in the class get picked. And Reese is a prime candidate. He played a hybrid role for the Ohio State Buckeyes last season, mostly spying and setting the edge, but he was disruptive when allowed to use his speed and violence as a pass rusher. The Jets need both of those things, so Reese already jumps off the page as a good option. CBS Sports also completely agrees with Arvell Reese as the pick right now, saying that an explosive high-motor linebacker with a versatile skill set that includes elite closing speed versus both the run and the pass, he is a terror coming downhill, showcasing his strength and athleticism to shoot gaps, shed blocks, and collapse the pocket. Reese is a wrap-up tackling machine who consistently plays with an aggressive edge and the versatility to line up across the front seven. One of the biggest risers over the first month of the college season, and now all the way back. Now he's viewed as the number 1 position ranked and the 6th prospect rank, which I don't exactly love or agree with, but I do understand why some people are putting him there. Reese had a very, very good college run. Also, the reason I say I don't love that is I think he's better than that. I think he's arguably the best player in the draft. And had 10 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks. Those numbers would have been through the roof had Reese been in one specific role if he was edge rushing, but he wasn't. He was also spying a good amount and playing a few different roles, jumping back into pass coverage as well. He's someone who is very reminiscent of Micah Parsons, and if the Jets can get a Micah Parsons-esque player 2nd overall, you do that and you don't ask questions about it. There's a reason why Parsons is the highest paid non-quarterback in the history of the sport, and why he deserves every penny of that money. Now, on top of that, you also start to wonder, all right, so what exactly happens next with the Jets? Who do they go for on top of this? Well, with Reese, we do know one thing when evaluating him. You rarely see the best, or you already saw the best of him at OSU because he was asked to wear so many hats playing 3 or 4 roles. Strip that back, let him play a defined role with some versatility, like the way that Micah Parsons plays, and he's going to be an absolute machine. This is the guy who you pick 2nd overall, if you ask me right now. I was high on Ruben Bain Jr., and I still am high on Ruben Bain Jr. for sure, but right now I am leaning towards Arvell Reese. I do trust Ohio State to put together players as long as it's not quarterback, and I'm not just talking about Justin Fields here. I mean, look at the history books of their quarterbacks that have went to the NFL. But when you look at just the way that Ohio State has had other positions really just show up and show out, Reese is a winner. He won at college. He won a championship. He's someone who would bring winning DNA into the Jets locker room, and also an excellent defender who would on day 1 be one of the best defenders on the team. Now, on top of that, 16th overall, we have seen a common occurrence as well, and that is Ty Simpson out of Alabama. As mentioned here by CBS Sports, with 16th overall, they imagine the Jets will take Ty Simpson and get who they believe would hopefully be their quarterback of the future. Position ranked as the number 3rd quarterback on the board by CBS Sports here in the 30th overall prospect. Would it be a reach? That's up to the people who ask. I mean, personally, I wouldn't want Ty Simpson here. I'm not a big believer in Simpson, but if they pick him here, I would understand that I wouldn't be angry because I get they need a quarterback. It's the most important position in all of sports. So, when you look at this, Ty Simpson, as mentioned by CBS, Simpson is a big-armed pocket passer who plays with composure and outstanding mental processing both before and after the snap. He plays with an aggressive confidence and excels at navigating muddy pockets, throwing accurately on short and intermediate routes, and ripping tight window throws with anticipation. Though he has been historically inconsistent on the deep balls, Simpson is athletic enough to buy time with his legs to extend plays and move the sticks. And on top of that, Sports Illustrated agrees with this pick, saying Ty Simpson going 16th overall to the Jets via the Indianapolis Colts in the Sauce Gardner trade, as mentioned here. It feels like ancient history that Simpson was once viewed as a potential top pick before he had a roller coaster end to an otherwise strong season. When provided a pocket, which the Jets would do because they have an excellent offensive line, Simpson can pick apart defenses. Plus, he's more of a dual-threat quarterback than Alabama's scheme allowed him to be. Thanks to heavy investments to their offensive line, the Jets can give Simpson the protection he needs to pick defenses apart. And again, because the Jets have a great offensive line, they can do that. Simpson had a good run for himself in college, had the most completions in the SEC last season, threw for 3,567 yards and 28 touchdowns with 5 interceptions. And he's ultimately someone who, if the Jets pick him, I will not be upset because I'll completely understand why. But how would you feel about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe if you're feeling frisky, turn on post notifications. Have a wonderful day, guys. Go Jets.